Hello and welcome back to another episode of Why So Serious, a Nerd podcast. Joining me today is my co-host David Cochran, and we are bringing you another edition of Week in Geek. It has been a while. It's been about 3 weeks since our last one, so a lot of news has dropped in this new year of 2026. Don't forget to check out some of our recent episodes. Our Stranger Things finale coverage is out now if you want to go check that out. And our cities, our 4th annual City Awards, where we cover it's an award show for the best movies, series, actors, and actresses, stuff like that. And in the near future, we will be doing our box office draft. There were some complications with the 4 of us to all be together at once. So hopefully this weekend, we'll be doing that box office draft and also a 2026 look ahead where we talk about all the movies and series coming out in the fandom universes and bring some top 5s for our most anticipated. And also coming out on Sunday is Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Pretty excited for that. It seems like it's getting pretty good reviews so far. Kind of a more slower paced, good old fashioned Game of Thrones story,
I like it.
So we'll be covering that. I don't know if it'll be every episode. Maybe we'll throw it at the end of the Week in Geeks or something. We can do a little segment at the end. And don't forget to check us out on social media at Why So Sidious Pod on Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube. All right, let's get into the news because there is a lot to get through. So first of all, let's talk a little Stranger Things. So there was an episode 9 conspiracy theory out there about how people were just they couldn't deal with what happened in the end. Apparently it was, spoiler alert. I'm going to say spoiler alert for Stranger Things here before I say anything else.
Good call.
I was about to do a major
You
spoiler.
haven't seen the finale, get the hell out of here. Skip ahead
a couple minutes. So skip ahead. This is your last chance. Skip. I basically it has to do with everything. I'll keep it vague, I guess, at the same time. Everything that happened at the end was inside of number 8's mind powers. Like she everything was fake. So they think everything was inside of that or inside of Vecna's mind. There's going to be an episode 9 that comes out and it's going to be a happier ending. So did you ever think that was true, Dave?
No, and I will tell you why. Because I lost more and more stuff that came out about Stranger Things, especially the documentary detailing the path and process of this finale and stuff, and seeing the Duffer Brothers interviews and just everything I've heard from them in the last 3 weeks immediately was like, these guys aren't thinking that deep. These guys did not go that deep to have a secret episode, which would have been incredible. That would have been the ultimate, like, Vecna's illusion is real. Like the little details because there were details that missed, and now it's just it's an inconsistency in shooting now. Like the color of the lever changed and a couple other things that was different. And Will's entire speech made no sense, but lined up perfectly for Henry being in his mind, remembering Melvald's as an ice cream shop instead of a general store now. Like there were so many things that fans picked out where it was like, if they did, this would have been an all-time incredible move. If they had a secret episode and that ending was still in Vecna's mind, and we flash out and we find that the kids got away and our 12 main characters are now in that little spire feeding Vecna. Would have been insane, but no, there was no real point where I thought that was something that was happening. The thing I got out of it most was the entertainment of seeing the depth of these conspiracies and conformity gate. And no, there's a secret thing. They're going to release it. Look, he released this video. It's cryptic. Like everybody was just, and when you think about that, it's like, that's probably not a good sign that everybody is dying for there to be a secret episode. Like, please, the finale was a fake. Like it's not a great sign. Like,
No.
So no, I never bought into it. Did you?
No, not at all. And you mentioned the documentary where a lot of bad things came out where they didn't know, or they didn't have the finale written before they started filming. Is that what it was?
Rough. Yeah, they didn't have so people in the production team were like, well, we actually don't really know where the story's going. So we don't have a script for the finale yet. And it's like, you had 3 years, right? We had 3 years.
Oh, yeah, and they said they were rushed.
Yeah, exactly. They kept saying we were rushed. And it's like, again, more and more flashbacks to David Weiss in Game of Thrones being like, oh, we just had to get it out. And HBO came out. It's like, no, you can have more time.
What
is it?
Pitch meeting?
Yeah.
No.
You can have it. No, we got to wrap this up. There's no time. You can have more time. That's kind of how it felt like with the Stranger Things here. So yeah, I thought it was a very cool conspiracy idea, but
Do you see the comment that just popped up?
no, it's not showing on our main feed.
Oh,
I
it's
gotta find it.
it's former First Lady Laura Bush.
Jesus Christ.
George is in the hospital and Secret Service left me all alone at the ranch. Can you bend me my $35 so I can get a KFC family feast with the molten lava cake?
I'm so disappointed that comment didn't show up on our main screen here.
I
But
can
Laura,
see it.
I'll tell
I
you
can
what.
see it in StreamYard.
Well, something's. Oh, there it is. Yeah. No, that's not Laura. That's somebody else. Laura, I'll tell you what. I will send you some KFC. You got it. Just as long as you stay to the end of the episode. If you stay to the end of the episode, I'll give you a keyword for the order.
And let's get into the spin-off details. So there's the live action one. We'll talk about that first. It doesn't. I'm sorry. Look at the comments real fast. Okay. All right.
You never know you who you're gonna meet in our live chats here. So Laura Bush, everybody.
Hijacking the
a
show.
Scumbag, but it's fine.
So it does involve the Upside Down, has completely different story, location, characters, and actors. Set in a different decade, Duff brothers are heavily involved, but won't be the showrunners. Maybe that's good. A scene in the series finale hints at what it will be. I'm guessing that's the stone that goes into Henry's hand. It's very different, but it's also very much Stranger Things. So I don't know. Are you excited for this at all? You think it's worth it?
The stone thing?
No, just the live action spinoff as a whole.
Oh, I don't know. It depends on what the topic is, but generally, no. At this point, I don't really care about any of the Stranger Things spinoffs. The only thing I would care about is getting more info on Henry's backstory and the mind flayer there. And the Duffers tease, it wouldn't be any of our cast, but it'd be a Stranger Thing. But again, I'm kind of out on the Duffer brothers at this point. So I don't know. I don't know how much I would need to see a synopsis. I would need to see a trailer to kind of get me more interested in it at this point.
Yeah. And then the animated one, Stranger Things Tales from 85, will release on Netflix this year. This is the animated series that follows the Hawkins group on an adventure between seasons 2 and 3. So, what do you think about this? You're going to be watching this the first day it comes out, binging it?
Yeah, I mentioned not interested earlier. You can double that one for this. What happened between seasons 2 and 3 that we need to dive into an animated universe to discover Dustin's teeth growing in during band camp? Like, what are we doing? I don't know. You're gonna have to give me more again to have any kind of interest in that.
Yeah, same here. So we'll see. I mean, maybe I'll check it out, but even the animation didn't look. It looks like kind of a kid's show.
It looks like a little Scooby-Doo-ish. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of interest.
And keeping it with Netflix real quick, they will reportedly give a 17-day theatrical run after they acquire Warner Bros. So they did say they were right. They said they were going to keep it in the movies, but 17 days. So think of what, Dune Part 3? Will they have acquired Warner Bros. By then?
Oh my God. Oh, don't even get me started. I swear I hope not. No, because Paramount has already made like their 17th appeal bid. I sent you a link. There's been headlines for the last 4 weeks. Paramount's 7th attempt at forcing at the sale to them for Warner Brothers. Paramount won't give up. So I think they're going to keep making this a pain in the ass, and hopefully Dune gets away before Netflix takes over. It's just such a scumbag move, and we all knew it because the CEO of Netflix came out months ago and said, the cinema is dying. Nobody wants to go to the cinema. Nobody wants to leave their home. They want to watch movies from the comfort of their own home. And then months later, they get this deal, and he's like, Netflix is all about cinema. We think it's great. We want to really embolden it and really give more power to the theater. And then a few weeks later, yeah, we'll give them 17 days. So it's just such a scumbag move. And I don't know, man. I really hope something stops it. But you start pulling crap like that and you start getting greed and people start competing in that way. And pretty soon here, we're going to have like a week to go see something in the theater and half the movies aren't even going to release the theaters. I don't know. I could be super dramatic right now, but I don't like Netflix's CEO, so I don't trust him as far as I can throw a refrigerator.
And that would affect DC's box office numbers in the future.
All box office numbers, our box office draft strategies are going to change drastically if that's the case.
I need to figure out when that goes through.
Yeah, I'll talk to the guy. Forgot his name. We're cool.
Whatever his name is.
Oh, hey, real quick, David Castiglione. Sorry, I had to slow down to get the name there. He's been in the chat before. He said, guys, do you agree that season 4 and 5 are superior in quality? I am going to assume we're talking Stranger Things still. Lub, would you agree with this comment?
In comparing it to the rest of the show, I'd say, yeah, for the most part, besides season 1, I think it's better than 2 and 3. But 5 was hit or miss for me.
Yeah, I'd say production design and quality, costume design, VFX, all of that, absolutely superior in quality. But writing, storytelling, stakes and whatnot, season 4, yes. Season 5, not so much for me.
Yeah, right. So we have a fun little topic here. Ryan Coogler shared an update on his X-Files reboot, which I'm pretty excited for. It will still have Monsters of the Week episodes alongside Overarching Conspiracy. He got advice from Vince Gilligan on approaching TV. That is the Breaking Bad guy, right? And then he also just did he just do a show, Pluribus or something. Wasn't that Vince Gilligan?
Oh yeah. I don't know in what capacity he was on that, but I know he was at least a part of it.
His next project, Black Panther 3, is after this. He's enjoying the pressure from the fans. They're really smart people that I don't want to let down. And he's a big fan of Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny. Hard last name. That's, of course, Fox and Scully from the first show. And he won't comment on if they're returning. So I probably wouldn't like to see them back. I'm actually at to the point, I just looked it up. I'm on season 7 of X-Files, and I guess this is the last time Mulder is in like a full-time role. I guess in season 8, he like someone else comes in and he just like shows up for like the last couple episodes every season.
Interesting.
Yeah. But are you excited for a Ryan Coogler X-Files show though? Because if it's like a Jordan Peele Twilight Zone, he did a great job with that. So I feel like it can be along those lines.
Yeah, no, I think from what I heard, I think that all sounds great. Like everything that they were talking about there, and Ryan Coogler's obviously got a creative mind, has put out some pretty cool projects, and I loved Sinners.
Did you ban JD?
Dude, I didn't mean to. I sent him a message. I jokingly, it said, you want to put him on timeout. It said the phrase timeout. So I jokingly pressed that, and now he's banned and comments are removed, and I don't know how to undo that. So that wasn't intentional. I was just messing around. I don't know how to undo it. I'm going to have to figure that out. JD, I'm sorry. We're just joking around there. Yeah, no, I think I didn't really watch a lot of the X-Files. I mean, I know the theme song, but other than that, I'm pretty in the dark about it. But I'd be open to watching it. Didn't we get a Twilight Zone reboot? Was it Coogler? No, that was Jordan Peele, wasn't it?
Yeah, Steve Martin.
Yeah, okay. You just said that, son of a.
It was good. I
was trying to unban JD. I'm sorry, I missed it.
You they redid the 3,000 Miles Up one, the classic one with William Shatner with the
Simpsons
monster
did it too.
Yeah. He redid that one, so that was pretty cool.
Of course, okay. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Mm-hmm. Moving on to Game of Thrones. So there's been some spicy Game of Thrones news the past couple days. First, there's a new show in early development. I don't know if it's going to come to fruition because it is following the collapse of the previous sequel idea that would feature Jon Snow. I guess they're going to pivot to Arya Stark, or maybe have Jon Snow just in the beginning, pivoting to Arya Stark over in Essos, what's west of Westeros, whatever that way is. I guess she maybe had to go over to Essos first, and then she's going to go east. They keep going east. I mean, yes, you go around that way, right?
Yeah, I guess it's a globe. Well, if it is a globe, I don't know. Maybe Westeros is flat Earth. I don't know. What their scenario is. But yeah, you figure you keep going west far enough, you'll be in the east. This just came out today because Kit Harington came out a few months back, or maybe even longer than that, and he said the Jon Snow show has been scrapped, like it's done. And then he just came out, and I'm trying to pull up the article I was just reading at, but yeah, it seems like they're legitimately back at it. The first description, I think I'm lagging a little bit. The first description was Jon dealing with his PTSD after the events of season 8, North of the Wall, which, you know, you're going to have to go a little deeper than that for me. Maybe bring us some North of the Wall lore and some other crazy mystical stuff. But then, yeah, they said then they were going to switch over to Essos during part of the show and the Mediterranean side of things and get to the Arya storyline, which I think is a great pivot move. I don't think you can do a full show just on Jon North of the Wall. I think you combine the two. We continue these Stark stories, and that's a great way to keep interest throughout instead of just dealing with somber Jon North of the Wall dealing with PTSD. As much as I love his character and I want to see him continued, I don't know that I need a full season of PTSD North of the Wall.
I don't really want any of it. I mean, I take Arya, I guess, but I just let it die. Let it go.
You're good. You're good to move on.
Or go, okay. Let's go way to the past. Go to the past, or what we're doing right now.
I mean, I agree. I do agree. It seemed, again, if the Jon Snow idea was enough, and now they're like, all right, well, if we throw an Arya, will people be interested? It does give off kind of forcing it vibes. It all depends who takes on the show, I guess, too. What capacity. Actually, George probably ain't even going to be involved at this point with the way things are going. But yeah, I don't know. I still have some interest, though. I wouldn't say I'm totally uninterested in it. It's my boy, so I'm curious to see what they're going to do with it.
Yeah, right. And then Aegon's Conquest is still being developed. They've talked about this forever. It's obviously the most obvious movie / show you can make, and it will be a series or a massive Dune-sized feature film for theaters, which is the way to go. Get Denis on this movie. Let him run it back. Come on.
Just got chills.
Henry Cavill as Aegon.
The crazy thing is there's so many ideal Aegon casts. Like, there's so many people that I could see being a great Aegon the Conqueror. So I think there's so much. It feels like a home run to me. I don't know. It feels like a home run, a softball lob. Like this project, excuse me, burp button. This project's going to blow up. People's interest is going to be at a peak level for Aegon the Conqueror. I don't see how this could fail. So I don't know. If you had to choose, would you prefer the epic movie or a series?
I think a movie for sure, because I don't know the story. You don't want to like go into like his kids and stuff. I feel like you just want to show a movie of him conquering the Seven Kingdoms, because there are some like stressful moments with his sisters and stuff, and I think they can make a good movie out of it.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning movie too at this point. I think you
can Game of Thrones on the big screen. Yeah.
I think you can tell that story well enough. A nice 3-hour-long IMAX epic.
Come on,
Christopher Nolan, Denis Villeneuve type deal,
like together.
Rocket. Oh my God! Well, yeah, you got to have Ludwig Göransson and Hans Zimmer combining efforts to score it. Make it happen, Captain. I'm here for it.
Yep. There's a lot of comments from David in the chat. Do you want to?
Oh yeah. So sorry, we skipped past Stranger Things, but David, you're always here. We got you. It looks like you're gone now, but it's okay if you come back. Yeah, I think season 1 was our favorite season for all of the hosts combined for Stranger Things.
Yeah.
He thought season 4 felt like a marathon. I don't know. I liked season 4. I enjoyed it.
There are longer episodes though.
And it is one more episode. It's gotten, which I noticed they switch off. Stranger Things had 9 episodes, then 8, then 9, then 8, then 9, and 8.
Weird.
But I'm not sure what you mean on this one because I don't know who Hank is. I'm assuming that's a typo. Too many storylines, and Hank wasted too many characters. That Hank guy, he's an asshole.
Hank.
I don't know. Season 4, I really like season 4, but
anyways, moving on. George is in some beef. George is beefing with Ryan Condal, the showrunner of House of the Dragon. Don't mess with my boy George. He says, I hired Ryan. I thought Ryan and I were partners. I thought we were cool. I thought we were homies. No. And we were all through the first season. I read the early drafts of the scripts. I would give notes. He would change some things. It was working really well, I thought. Then we got into season 2, and he basically stopped listening to me. I'd give notes and nothing would happen. Sometimes he would explain why he wasn't doing it. Other times he would tell me, oh, okay, yeah, I'll think about that. It got worse and worse, and I began to get more and more annoyed. Finally, it got to a point where I was told by HBO that I should submit all my notes to them, and they would give Ryan our combined notes. So it sounds like George has been pushed aside for the rest of the show.
It sounds like your first girlfriend in elementary school, and all of a sudden you don't know what's going on. They're not talking anymore. Like, I don't know. I thought we were cool. Like, it sounds like it's like this high school drama where George just slowly got boxed out of this situation, like day by day, and now it's just like, you know what, just email your notes and we'll go over it in our meetings, but don't bother stopping by. Like, if it feels weird, as angry as I am at George for the entire book debacle, it feels messed up. It kind of makes Ryan Condal look like a dickhead. It's not a great look for him. I don't know, how do you feel?
Yeah, I'm curious why he came out in public and said that, because it's still George's show in a way. I guess maybe he's distancing himself from it because he doesn't like how it's going, which is probably why season 2 wasn't as good. I mean, the Game of Thrones was at its best when it had George's source material and when George was directing a couple episodes a season. Like, when he was more involved, Game of Thrones was at its best. So I'm gonna side with George on this.
Yeah, I agree. It's just not a good look for Ryan, and it kind of makes me a little nervous for season 3, if I'm being 100% honest.
Yeah.
Because season 2 felt like it dipped a little bit from season 1 as far as the storytelling went. It felt more all over the place. There wasn't a great peak at the end of this season. Like, it was kind of, it felt a little disjointed at times in season 2 compared to season 1. So yeah, I'm a little concerned. A little concerned for season 3. We'll see what happens, but
At least they have a finished story to go off of, at least. So, but not a lot of material. That's
yeah.
probably what George is worried about. All right, let's move on to Marvel. It's been a while. We only talked about the Chris Evans trailer, Captain America. Excuse me. And did we talk about the Thor trailer?
I don't think I did. I missed a Week in Geek.
Okay. Well, it was officially released after
Right.
we talked about it. So when you were thought, I thought the Thor trailer was a lot better than the first one. That's for sure. With
Dude,
him
if I'm
talking
being,
in the background.
it's my favorite of the 4 that have now officially been released. I loved it, man, because coming off of Love and Thunder, it was such a clear shift to a totally different Thor in this teaser. The way
Russo
he's
Bros.
speaking, everything, it sounds epic. It sounds like Thor. He's speaking to the All Fathers. He needs one last fight so that he can come back to his daughter, not bringing war, but quiet, but peace, but calm, like helping her learn in a way he never got to. Like, it was just super emotional. I don't know. I loved it. It got me so hyped for one of my favorite characters that got ruined most recently. So that one gave me chills. That was my favorite by far, which is surprising because votes out there are usually on the X-Men one, but
I think the X-Men is my favorite.
yeah, and that's fair. I totally understand that.
Only because the Cyclops shot at the end was pretty sick.
I mean, I know it's weird they're dropping a bunch of teasers instead of just a trailer. And then we had that cryptic line from the Russo brothers saying these aren't teasers or trailers, these are hints or something.
They tell a story.
Yeah, they're telling a story, which kind of almost makes you feel like these aren't even going to be movie scenes. And these are kind of setups, like explaining the characters being brought back into the picture. I don't know, but I don't mind it. I get it feels a little bit over the top, but yeah, I don't mind it. Yeah.
I could see it being like that X-Men's universe. Sentinels just destroyed the school, and it's Charles and Magneto and Cyclops that are. I mean, well, it seemed like two different scenes almost.
It did. It felt like Magneto and Professor X were maybe after the Cyclops
Aftermath.
scene.
Yeah, right.
But we talked about it, and it looked exactly like the panel out of Joss
Whedon.
Yeah, Joss Whedon, right? The Astonishing X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why that just feels wrong saying that. But there's a panel in there where the school's being attacked by Sentinels, and Cyclops takes off the glasses and just lets loose and levels the mile in front of him. And Wolverine walks up and he goes, there are moments where I'm reminded why you're the leader of this team. And it's an awesome page, and it looks like that's what we got in the teaser there. So that was pretty powerful. Yeah. And they really do owe it to Cyclops to give him a good performance here. So
yeah.
Excuse me. That was pretty dope. And then the newest one, what'd you think of?
Kind of random.
Yeah.
I mean, felt kind of a little all over the place. Saw Namor. He's changed a little bit. Some people don't like how he's changed from Black Panther 2. We see King M'Baku, and remember, he's not Black Panther, but he is King of Wakanda. They have 2 separate titles right now. And then we see Shuri, and she goes up and meets Ben Grimm. And it does look like something has been edited out next to him, maybe a Johnny Storm or something.
Classic.
Who knows? But yeah. Well, I guess why would they edit out Johnny Storm? It probably should be like, maybe it's I don't know.
Somebody's there though. There are a couple of shots where people pointed out there's blurred issues, so it looks like there were multiple sequences in that Wakanda one that there were some people edited out of it. I don't know. I mean, it was cool. I had no problem with the look of Namor. I kind of liked Shuri's new look with the teal rocking on the Black Panther suit. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting. Yeah, M'Baku's king, and it makes me wonder. So in the comics, T'Challa is no longer king of Wakanda. He is king of Necropolis, which is the city of the dead just outside of Wakanda, I'm pretty sure. And Shuri is actually the leader of Wakanda. So it makes me think, I'm wondering if M'Baku is the king of Wakanda in this, and Shuri's the king of or the queen of Necropolis, or something like that. It reminds me of that dynamic in the comics. So I'm curious to see. But yeah, it felt random just walking in the desert and meeting Ben Grimm.
Right.
I'm not really sure. I don't know if that was supposed to be random, and maybe we're not supposed to understand it at this point, but it did feel a little out there compared to the others. Cap's still my least favorite, though. The Cap one just didn't do it for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd put X-Men, Thor, and then I guess the Black Panther, and then Chris Evans.
And Cap, man.
Catherine Newton is seemingly confirmed to return as Cassie Lang in Avengers Doomsday. She was seen wearing a crew hat. So go off of that. But it is another child, not a superpowered child, but she's still a kid. So maybe Doom will super up anyways.
Yeah, I think she'll be involved. Again, the pattern's definitely kids moving forward with this thing. It's been that way in the MCU for the last few years. They've been introducing young Avengers, and now we've got Captain Rogers having a kid. Tony had a kid. We've got the Fantastic Four all being about the kid that they had. Doom is absolutely coming after kids, and I stand by the fact that I think they're going to use a lot from Children's Crusade in the comics. But Catherine Newton, in my opinion, she's got to step it up. I think her and it was a bad movie, so I'll give her another chance outside of Quantumania.
Yeah.
But I didn't love her role, her casting there.
Yeah, same. Haley Atwell will reportedly have the biggest role she's ever had in an Avengers movie and in Doomsday. She has a role throughout the movie, so the big hit of What If, Captain Carter, they're bringing her back, so I don't know. This seems weird because are we getting what version of Captain America are we seeing? First of all, is it the version of Captain America that has stayed in the past? This is like back in like the 40s or 50s or whatever. And then is this Captain Carter from the Watchers universe? From is it like the What If version of Captain Carter, like transferring over to 616? Like, and then she's going to be like, whoa, you're my wife in another universe, but you're like me now. I don't know. It seems confusing.
Yeah, I don't know. And I have to feel that we would have had a different reaction if we didn't have Captain Carter shoved down our throats for 2 seasons of What If, when What If was just supposed to be a fun thing. And then it somehow turned into Captain Carter's storyline for 2 seasons. So I think, JD agrees with this for sure. I think we're a little Captain Cartered out as far as this goes. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what role she's going to have, but the fact that she's going to have her biggest role compared to a pretty large role she had in Captain America, the First Avenger, she was a pretty big character in that movie. That's concerning.
It says in an Avengers movie.
Oh, well then Has she been in an Avengers movie? I don't think she has. She hasn't. She was in
Endgame.
Civil War.
Endgame.
Oh, when she danced for 7 seconds?
And when he went to back in the past
Oh,
and
and
saw
she
her
was in the background through a
for
window.
30
Okay,
seconds.
well, good God. That could mean she's in one scene then. That doesn't.
She has
Okay,
5 minutes of screen time. It's her
I'm way
biggest
less
role.
concerned, bro. Yeah, what if it's just an Avengers thing? Then that could be anything. I'm not worried about that then. As long, like, I don't know. I didn't love her character in Multiverse of Madness. Did you? She came off a little corny to me.
Yeah, a little bit. It does say role throughout the movie though. So
Okay. I mean, I'll give her a chance. I like Haley Atwell. She's a good actress.
I'm
Nothing
sure there's
against
gonna be
her.
like multiple crews doing different things throughout the movie. She's just part of one of them.
Yeah. Right. That'll be it. I'm also curious to see how they saw a video the other day of Captain America having to, go back in time and live with Peggy like that. And he's going through the years, and Peggy's just like, oh, JFK is traveling to Dallas this weekend. That should be good. And he's just like, yeah, that'll be fine. Don't say it like because he can't change the past, but it looks like we're invading Vietnam. Well, that's a smaller country. We probably won't be there for that long. Cap's just holding his tongue. Like, how did he get through all those years without spoiling the history? I don't know.
Who knows though, right?
Right?
That whole Endgame thing is kind of weird how it worked, but
yeah.
Tom Hiddleston says Doomsday will be monumental. My contribution has been made. It's monumental. The core of the story is brilliant, and it surprised me greatly when I read it. It simply has never been done before. So is this just Tom Hiddleston hyping up the movie, or do you believe he's being genuine?
I want to lean to believing him. He doesn't seem like somebody who would just blow smoke out his ass for no reason. Like they don't need that. He's had a great reception as Loki. He doesn't need to be bluffing to that extent. There's enough hype surrounding this movie, so I have to believe it's a genuine take. I have to believe it's not was it Tom Cruise who watched The Flash and said it was like one of the greatest movies he's ever seen before he came. I don't think it's that. I'm gonna trust our boy Tom Hiddleston here, which is great. That's really cool thing to hear him say if that's the case.
Yeah, and we've obviously been talking about what his role is going to be in this movie, and it's definitely going to involve Doctor Doom in some type of very big. There's going to be some big stakes between Loki and Doom, right?
I still feel like he's talking about his spine getting ripped out by Doom when he said it's never been done before and all this. Like, I feel like he's going to have an insane. I'm standing by that theory. I think instead of Thanos, it's going to be Loki getting his spine ripped out. I don't think Disney has the balls, but I'll put my money on it just in case.
What? Third death? Fourth? Yeah, I guess Loki season 2 is technically kind of a sacrifice.
Well, yeah, he died in the first Thor, technically. He died in the second Thor, technically. He died in
Infinity War.
Yep, died in Infinity War. So yeah, he's died 3 times already. And then Loki season 2 is he didn't die. I mean, he's alive. He's just sacrifices life.
Tree.
But yeah. He's a tree. He's still living. Get off his back.
Blade is rumored to be canceled at Marvel Studios. Wow, big surprise. Apparently, but they will be pivoting to a Midnight Suns movie, which does pique my interest. Who is it? Doctor Strange, Blade. I mean, there's multiple versions of Midnight Suns, right?
There's a lot of stuff.
Daredevil ever in it?
I don't think as much as I think Moon Knight.
Okay, Moon Knight.
I think Man Thing has been in there before. I'm trying to think. Punisher's been in it before. Definitely Punisher, Moon Knight, Doctor Strange, and Blade are usually a main cast that's involved in that. And then Brother Voodoo is somebody else who could have a connection to Strange and could be a cool dive into like the dark magic of the MCU.
Okay.
If they actually did Midnight Sun and Black Knight, even though I think Kit Harington just confirmed that he's not coming back as Black Knight in the MCU.
Right.
He said it's out, but he would be a part of it too in certain iterations. Perfect. So it's so Ghost Rider's been a part of it. Werewolf from Werewolf by Night has been a part of it. Okay. There's a lot of cool stuff we could be included in that. And
does Oscar Isaac have beef with Marvel? Doesn't he have beef with Marvel recently? Like he doesn't want to come back?
Yes, no, not with Marvel, with Disney.
Oh,
He
Disney as
said
a
he's
whole.
not going to come back to Disney as a whole until they stop supporting fascists and something else about,
Okay.
I forgot what it was. But yeah, no, Oscar Isaac said, yeah, maybe one day, which sucks because I want him back as Moon Knight. Moon
Dude,
Knight
but
is freaking awesome, dude.
if you had Midnight Suns with Mahershala Ali as Blade, Oscar Isaac as Moon Knight, and then Kit Harington,
Yeah,
that's so sick.
dude. And then
And then
you bring
throw
in a
Doctor
new
Strange,
Ghost Rider cast.
or yeah, don't even put Doctor Strange in it. Bring in a new character. That's enough as is.
Yeah. My feeling is that they'd bring in Wong before they did Doctor Strange, as far as him being a smaller character in one of these ensemble. I don't know if Benedict Cumberbatch would do it. But they could throw a sorcerer in there from Comertage.
Or Clea, what's her name? They need a chick in there.
Oh, yeah. They do. That's true. They don't have any rumored females in this group yet. Disney will not let that slide. They will find somebody.
Mm-hmm. And Jordan Peele's production company, Monkey Paw Productions, is teasing Peele's potential involvement in an upcoming Marvel Studios movie. So, Jordan Peele, obviously good at horror, good at comedy. You could bring that in there too. But what would you like to see Jordan Peele do in Marvel?
Speaking of, dude, Midnight Suns.
Right? Or seriously?
Absolutely. Let him take on Mahershala. Oh, my God, man. Absolutely, Midnight Suns. Outside of that, obviously he leans toward the horror and dark side of things with a little humor. I think Mephisto fits that. Mephisto's got that attitude and kind of charisma and humor and whatnot, but it's obviously a very dark story that would be being told.
Wanda? Like a Wanda Mephisto kind of thing?
Yeah, you could do something with that. But yeah, I would say Midnight Suns or Mephisto would be my top two for him.
Doctor Strange 3?
Maybe.
He should have his own. I think his own story from scratch would be better than taking on like an existing.
That's what I was kind of thinking. Yeah, I don't know. He should be untethered from whatever happened before. Let him just do his own thing.
Yeah. And definitely should be like a post Secret Wars thing. Like a couple years out. X-Men. Yeah. What about in the X-Men universe? Think there's anything he could take on?
I mean, it wasn't a great movie. I thought it was kind of a cool concept. They didn't really land it. There were a couple standouts. New Mutants with Magic. Anya Taylor-Joy killed it as Magic. It was a darker, almost horror style Marvel show though, or movie. So I could see him doing something like that. There's some darker X-Men stories, mutant stories that goes on there that I could see him doing. Mutants being tested on, something like that, or the New Mutants, which is kind of like that. They're basically being tested and experimented on. I could see that for sure.
Yeah. I like it. Marvel's on the rise. Big year for Marvel, 2026.
Let's go. No more Love and Thunder.
Moving on to DC. Sebastian Stan has been cast as Harvey Dent in the Batman 2 via The Hollywood Reporter. And they are also eyeing a role for Scarlett Johansson. She might be his wife, is what they're thinking now. She's going to be Mrs. Dent. So, are you excited for Sebastian Stan as Harvey Dent, or are we getting too much Bucky?
I like Sebastian Stan. Everything I've watched him in, I've enjoyed. I, Tanya, he was the boyfriend of Tanya Harding there, and he was great in that. Totally different role from anything MCU related. Everything I've seen him in, I've enjoyed him. So I'm good with him joining the DCU. Well, DCU Elseworlds. The only thing it makes me think is he's going to die as Bucky now. He's moving on from the MCU and he's going to do DCU things. So now I'm kind of low-key expecting Bucky to die in one of the next two projects. I like it though. I think it's great. I think he can play a great Harvey Dent. See an unhinged side of him, man. I'm really excited for this. Even though we've already gotten a Two-Face, and we were kind of teased that we were going to get something we haven't seen in this movie yet. So I feel like there's still a bigger reveal, but he's going to kind of play a penguin role like in the first Batman. So I really like this. I have nothing but high hopes for this news.
Do you think he's already Two-Face?
No, I think we're going to get the court scene. I think we're going to get the court scene where I don't remember if it's Falcone or Maroni's men, but they splash acid on his face in the middle of the court scene while he's because he's the, what is he, district attorney?
I remember that from the Tommy Lee Jones one.
Yeah.
Isn't that where they show it?
it showed a news clip. So he was already Two-Face, but it showed a news clip during that movie of
Right.
the event and the attack in the courtroom and stuff.
Yeah.
But I love it. And Scarlett Johansson as his wife, there's this whole thing. I think it's The Long Halloween, where she plays a pretty big role. I think it's perfect. If that's the case, I'm happy. I'm happy with it.
And I wonder what the time jump's going to be in the second movie too. I'm hoping there's a couple of at least 4 years or something.
It's hard to know, man. And Colin Farrell apparently is confirmed to be returning as Oz Cobb. It'll be a smaller role.
No Zoe Kravitz, I guess. We talked about
no Zoe Kravitz. Yeah, but Andy Serkis and Jeffrey Wright will be back. And it's kind of on the fence about Barry Keoghan as the Joker. It hasn't been confirmed, but people keep saying they expect him to appear. Honestly, do you want him in there? What's your take on that? Do you want to see the Joker?
No, I don't really. Kind of want them. I want them to go the kind of Court of Owls, the secret society route. I feel like that's what they really teased in that first movie. The kind of overarching villains that you can't see. And Joker's just been done. It was just done by
Jared Leto.
Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah. I was saying, Joaquin Phoenix a couple years ago. So it's been done to death. I liked it in the post-credit scene. That was cool, having him in Arkham Asylum. But maybe just have Batman go and talk to him for 5 minutes.
So that's what I was going to say. I don't really want him to be a big part of the story either. I don't think it needs it. We don't need it. There are plenty of cool routes to go down without resorting to the Joker. I didn't also love Barry Keoghan's look as him. It's whatever. It's not like
he didn't get to touch his makeup up. He's in.
But just like you said, I'm good with it. If it's like we're in the second act, almost of the third, and Batman's at a loss and he cannot figure this out, and he has a conversation with the Joker that triggers something, or that snaps something in his mind about the Court of Owls. Some like 3-minute scene dialogue between Batman and Joker, philosophical questioning, making Batman question his integrity, his morals, whatever the case may be. I'm good with that. But anything more than just one kind of pivotal scene in the middle of the movie, I don't want it. Give us Harvey Dent, give us Court of Owls, whatever you got planned, but we don't need the Joker again right now.
Give me where is she?
Yeah, we'll get something like that. I'm good with it, and then we'll wait. And then when the actual DCU finally brings us into Batman, we can bring Jamie Campbell Bower in to be the real Joker of the DCU. Give it 4 or 5 years.
I like it.
There you go.
I'm still excited for this movie. It's at least it's starting to come to fruition. We're getting casting, the script's done. It's going to be filming soon, so. Because it was a really good movie, and I'm just really surprised why it took so freaking long to get a part 2 when it was well received by everybody and it made money. I mean, come on, get to it.
5-year gap is rough, man. Like that's rough.
I'm sure James Gunn doesn't like this either. Like, get your freaking story told so I can get mine.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of hinging on that a little bit too. I mean, Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, that was a 3-year gap, and those were massive movies. Like, that was massive scale production. So 5-year waits, it's tough.
What was Dark Knight Rises?
2008. Oh, sorry. Dark Knight Rises. I think that was, I want to say that was 2010. Oh, 2012. Okay. So 4 years after Dark Knight.
Well, Heath Ledger passed away too. So
that changed their whole plot. Like, I think they was going to be touched on again. And yeah.
Okay. So we do have some Star Wars news. We'll do this one real quick first. Tom Cruise visited the set of Star Wars Starfighter and helped film one of the movie's lightsaber duels. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cruise waded into the muddy pond holding the camera like a pro. So pretty cool. The cinematographer is from Top Gun. So obviously there's the Tom Cruise connection there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the most interesting part of this is lightsaber duel, which was confirmed later. Yes, there is going to be a lightsaber duel. So obviously a Jedi and a Sith or something in between. So you're excited for that? And how do you feel about Tom Cruise filming it? You think he got all in there, showed him how to do it himself?
I think Tom Cruise spoiled something that we're trying to reveal yet. Because all of a sudden we get news that he filmed a lightsaber scene and everybody's like, there are lightsabers in this movie? And like a day later, it's like confirmed lightsaber action sequence will happen in Starfighter or whatever it is. It's like, oh, yeah. I think it's cool. I don't know. I'm not like a Tom Cruise stan. I haven't liked him for most of his career, but there's no doubt that the man is skilled in making movies and helping movies be better. And he's fully immersed in cinema as a whole. So I don't think it hurts. And the fact that he's got that connection with the cinematographer coming out of Top Gun Maverick is obviously why he was probably there in the first place.
Hanging out on set.
I think it's nothing but good news. And the fact we're getting a lightsaber sequence that's going to kind of, it makes me feel like we're going to have a next level cinematography like effect going on with this fight sequence, like the choreography behind it, the way that it's going to be filmed. I feel like it's going to be unique and never been done as far as lightsabers go, with the news we're getting out of this. So maybe I'm hyping it up too much, and I'm really hoping I'm not expecting some crazy thing and it's like just a really quick sequence that Tom Cruise happened to just hold the camera on. But it made me more excited.
What's the synopsis for that again? I'm gonna look it up real fast.
Ryan Gosling does Ryan Gosling things and hangs out with a little kid, and he's kind of a rebel, but he's also a good guy. I don't know. Yeah, that's my guess because Ryan Gosling plays that role.
This is Google AI
pilot. Yeah. Okay.
Ryan Gosling tasked with protecting his young, force-sensitive nephew as they navigate a dangerous galaxy pursued by new villains exploring themes and mentorship. So interesting.
It's the first time I didn't know that. Heard of that.
Yeah, me too.
I guess we're dropping the ball.
So his 15-year-old nephew is force sensitive, so there could definitely be some Sith after him. And if he's 15, but he's also post any sort of legit training era, because this takes place 5 years after the Rise of Skywalker. So yeah, he ain't seen nothing good.
Yeah, but there's got to be some fringe Jedi and Sith out there and whatnot still. I mean,
well, no, Luke's Jedi Order.
Right.
He could have been a member of Luke's Jedi Order.
When does this take place?
5 years after Rise of Skywalker, but he's 15 years old. Does that line up? No, that doesn't line up.
It wouldn't be Luke's then. It would be Rey's Jedi Order, if anything. Because Luke's gone after Rise of Skywalker, and so is his Jedi Order. So it would be whatever Rey started. Which, if we would have gone off the original concept art, there was a Jedi temple that Rey wandered upon at the end of Rise of Skywalker. All the concept art was better than the story we got. But that was one of the things. So there is some Jedi temples still out there. They're just
true.
hiding, and a lot less of it. That's interesting.
Find some.
Yeah, exactly. It's Flynn Gray is the actor. I don't know why. I thought it was the actor from what's the other Ryan Reynolds movie that was just on Netflix? Something Project.
Adam.
The Adam Project. Yeah. I thought it was the same actor who played the young Ryan Reynolds character, but it's not.
Okay.
It's Flynn Gray. So he's been in a few things, but I don't know. I'm excited for this. I think this would be a fun, unique kind of Star Wars story.
Yeah. Standalone film, just one and done.
Yeah. Feels refreshing a little bit.
Speaking of refreshing, that's a good segue.
Nice.
Kathleen Kennedy. You've been waiting this whole episode for us to talk about. We put it at the end so you'd have to wait the whole time. Kathleen Kennedy is out of here.
Ding dong, the witch is dead, the witch is dead, the witch is dead, ding. No, that's rude, but he's still alive.
So Dave Filoni, excuse me.
Whoa, yeah.
And Lewin Brennan will reportedly replace her as the co-presidents. So Dave, I'm gonna call him David. David Filoni will oversee all creative development, and Lewin Brendan will oversee executive duties, which is cool because you don't want Dave Filoni tied in with all the business and the Disneyland and not Disneyland, but like all that kind of crap. Well, even like like the Star Wars part of Disneyland, I'm sure they have something to do with that. So have him focus on movies and shows and the books. And what's going on there, and let her do all the other crap.
And speaking of which, before I dive into that thing right here, I'm wondering, we just got new news about Disneyland.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
wondering if it's connected, but because as soon as we heard Kathleen Kennedy was out, oh,
Yeah,
did I drop?
you won't see Kylo Ren walking around anymore. They're going back to Darth Vader and Luke and Han and
The
Chewie walking
OG.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to the OG trilogy, switching it up at Galaxy's Edge, and that news came out like 2 days after the rumors that Kathleen was out. So I was like, well, that's interesting. But
John Williams score will be playing instead of
yes,
like random music.
yeah. I already told Megan. I was like, we absolutely have to go now. It's original trilogy. John Williams is in the park. We're taking the kid there.
Well, my wife told me like 2 days ago that Rise of the Resistance is like shut down for
Oh,
like,
I kind of wanted to play that.
not play it. You mean go
Well,
on it?
experience it. Yeah.
Yeah, play. It's kind of a game, sure.
Yeah.
But
That's a
no, I'm
bummer.
sure maybe they're taking Kylo and Finn and crap out of that one too.
As long as they replace it with something, I just want to experience that. But no, I like the split of power. I think it's Linwin Brennan. But I like it. It makes sense. Don't give it all to Dave Filoni. I know people have their concerns with Filoni being stuck in the Skywalker era, and people, there's a lot of stuff that he keeps
Ahsoka.
just sticking to his own characters exactly that he created in Clone Wars. And so there's some fear that we may never break away from the Skywalker era if Dave Filoni takes over everything. But I think he will. I think it's gonna be a refreshing thing that Star Wars needed here, and having split creative control, or not creative control, but control in general. Linwin Brennan, so her specialty is visual effects. That's been her deal. She's been on a lot of projects in the past on staff for the visual effects. Thor Ragnarok, Ant-Man, Battleship, Pain and Gain, Rango, Avatar, Star Trek, Indiana Jones, Iron Man, Day After Tomorrow. She's been in a lot of big movies in the VFX department. So I don't know how that transitions to what her new role is at Lucasfilm, but she's been with Lucasfilm for a minute too. So
She must be a Kathleen Kennedy disciple, kind of someone.
something, yeah.
Kathleen
We
was
kept a
trained.
little bit of Kathleen in power, but it's good news, man. How many times have we seen news in the last 4 years? Kathleen Kennedy to step down, and it never happens.
Right.
So we're here. It happened. I think all we can do is have positive hope and see what happens in the result of this. But I think it's good.
And George Lucas is still close with Dave Filoni. He could be like, Dave, if Dave ever needs help, he can just go over to George's house, get a couple ideas, write them down. No one has to say
Yeah.
anything.
I trust him paying more respect to the IP than Kathleen.
Right.
And that's what it comes down to. And
He might be stuck with his characters, but it's still some of the best stuff we've got over the last 10 years.
And he's open, like he lists, I don't know, from the stuff I've heard, like Sam Witwer's experience with him, like Sam's told him, well, this wouldn't really make sense because of this and this, or I think it would work better because Sam Witwer's got some Star Wars knowledge. And it
Right.
seems like Filoni listens. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. It seems like he takes criticism, he takes stuff into consideration. And I think he truly does respect Lucas's work at the end of the day. So,
And he loves Star Wars.
right.
He's a
Yeah.
Star Wars fanatic. Like,
I
who
think
else?
it's a step up regardless.
Mhm. I take him over Favreau.
I would too. Favreau's got his stuff for sure, but I don't think he's
more
the
of a
man
director.
to lead Star Wars as a yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure he'll do more Star Wars stuff down the road now.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I think that wraps it up. Anything else you got?
I don't think so. I think we hit everything, yeah.
Have you watched anything lately? Got anything to throw out there?
Oh man, I haven't really been adding it to my list lately. But I'm finally cracking down on Peaky Blinders. We're in season 6 now.
Same.
We're gonna rep it out. You're in season 6 too?
No. I got the finale of season
you're
1.
Cooking. There you go. It's only 6 episodes per season. It's 6
Right.
seasons total. We got a movie coming up. It does, I will say, it gets slow. It's high quality, man. It's great acting, great writing, but there are slow moments because it focuses in on artistic stuff as well. But it's really good. So I've been watching that. What did I just watched Begonia with Emma Stone.
I want to watch that.
Jesse
it good?
Plemons. Really weird, but I think it's worth a watch. It's very
I think
unique.
she's an alien, right?
Yep, she's some CEO and they kidnap her because they think she's Anunnaki or whatever the main alien was in Ancient Aliens, the history show.
Oh.
alien. Yeah, he's talking about the Anunnaki, all this stuff. A lot of twists. It is on Peacock. I don't know if you have that. Yeah,
only on my Xbox.
But a lot of twists, but no, I thought it was entertaining. It was good acting, very unique story for sure. Very weird, but it was a fun watch. And then other than that, I just catching up on Fallout and Landman.
One battle after another.
Both. Oh yeah, and one battle after another. Yeah, we both watched that. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was amazing. I don't think it deserves Best Picture for the year. I like Sinners more, in my opinion, but it was good. Great acting by Leo as always. Tiana Taylor killed it. Sean Penn was weird. What did you think about Sean Penn in that movie?
In one battle after, who is he in that movie again?
He's the military or police commander. I don't know. It was hard. He's wearing a police vest half the time, but he's in camos. So I think maybe it was Border Patrol.
It wasn't. Because he fell in love with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love black girls. Love them. He's just talking to Leo in the line at the grocery store. Like, Jesus, dude. Chill.
I think I liked the movie more than you because it was like an artistic, very weird, but very like original. It was something you had never seen before. I thought it was still a good story of him trying to track down his daughter, and Leo's like was this spoiler alert kind of, but he was like this like hitman and like this guy in the La Resistance, and now he's
rebellion.
Now he's kind of washed, kind of living a low life with his daughter, and he has to go back to do it again to save her. And
he's just a paranoid stoner now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It was a unique role for Leo. Benicio killed it. His role was solid in it. So it was a good cast. Tiana Taylor did good, even though I hated her character. But she was a good cast, and she's already won some awards for supporting actress at the Golden Globes, I believe. But yeah, no, overall it was good. Paul Thomas Anderson's hit and miss with me. But the storytelling style, it did work. There was some weird stuff at the end. But it kind of, I don't know, it all added to the uniqueness of the movie.
Yeah, the end was weird. And the whole like Christmas Adventures Club, whatever it was.
Oh, the Christian Christmas maybe it was just the Christmas Adventures Club, which wasn't that similar to the name in South Park?
It was
the group that Chef joins when he becomes a Scientologist pedophile at the end, and he kills himself on the bridge or whatever it was. They were the Adventures Club or something like that. Very similar.
Yeah, that's funny.
Real quick in the chat, JD,
how did he get in here?
Officially unbanned. I swear if Filoni's first movie in charge is a Clone Wars character, ... I'm sure it will be. We'll probably get like a Quinlan Vos movie. Honestly, if it's a Dark Disciples movie, I'm here for it. That's fine. Those are still Clone Wars characters, but I'm good with it. But yeah.
Well, does anything in the Mandoverse count, or is he talking about like after that? Because the next movie might just be Ahsoka, Thrawn, and then it really is all of his characters.
Ahsoka counts as his I was gonna say actually Ahsoka and
Thrawn was a book.
Thrawn was created. Yeah. Thrawn was created by Timothy Zahn. Yeah. So that wouldn't be a Filoni book. Yeah, there we go. Let's do a Thrawn movie. It wouldn't count as a Filoni character technically.
Right. So I mentioned I mentioned it on the cities. I did watch Knives Out. It was not as good as the second one, but still decent. I thought James Brolin did a really good job in that movie as like the twisted pastor.
Josh Brolin?
Josh Brolin, not his brother James.
James Brolin's dead, isn't he?
Josh Brolin, sorry.
I think James Brolin's his dad.
Well, I didn't know he was going to be in it so much because he's the one who gets killed. You see that in the trailer. That's not a spoiler. Josh Brolin is the one who gets murdered, but they go back and show.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, I killed James Brolin. Sorry, he's still alive.
No,
he's 85 years young. He's still rocking.
Yeah, Peaky Blinders, almost done with season 1. That's really good. X-Files, season 6 was crazy. They stopped an alien invasion from coming in. Like some shit was going down. God, there was one standalone episode I really liked too. There was like a Christmas one with like ghosts and stuff. That was cool. I don't know. Good show.
Okay.
And then, but the main thing I watched like last week was 2001: A Space Odyssey, the 1968 8 film by Stanley Kubrick. You ever watched it all?
I know I watched bits and pieces growing up, but I don't think I've like consciously watched it start to finish.
This is the first time I've ever done that.
Understanding, and I want to. That's on my list to rewatch it.
I fast forwarded a couple times because probably like 5-6 times because dude, he had no editor. But I get it because it was the 60s and it's literally like a spaceship docking into like the space station thing. And it's like this, like literally like 5-10 minute scene of the ship just he's just like showing off. But it's like a masterpiece in filmmaking though, because the ships are always going in a circle and it shows the guy like walking and it's like a hamster wheel. Like the way they're filming, it's like a hamster wheel. But then there's other scenes where like the camera's still, but they're going in a circle, like because the thing's spinning or something, and they're like walking in a circle, and then they like go like down but up at the same time, like so for the, like insane.
1968, like that's 9 years before A New Hope came out, and A New Hope blew people's minds. So the fact that this came out almost a decade before that, and it looked that good, which is why what's why the conspiracies out there that Kubrick filmed the moon landing because of this movie and so much stuff he did.
After watching this,
guy was pretty freaking talented, man. So yeah, just for that reason, I got to watch it just for cinema's sake, because I know there are so many iconic moments in there that like were just groundbreaking.
And the AI thing is also pretty cool, pretty crazy,
pretty topical
especially for the 60s. Now. And the ending's really weird. There's like he like goes to Jupiter and then like goes through time and then like time jumps happen and stuff. I don't know. The ending's really weird. I had no idea what was going on.
I didn't realize it got that Interstellar.
Oh yeah, it's total Interstellar at the end.
All right. Yeah, I gotta watch that soon. What's that on?
What
did you watch it on?
It's on HBO.
Oh, hell yeah. All right.
Yeah. I didn't love it, but I liked
it.
It was good enough to keep me watching.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, I started Tron Ares, but I got 12 minutes into it, so I'll have to cover that on the next one.
Did you watch the first one?
I've seen, the first one, the 80s one with, I mean, it's terrible. The CGI is so off that I don't think I finished it. I watched Tron Legacy a ton of times, though. I loved that movie. Tron Legacy was really good. I think that came out in the 2000s. Daft Punk's 2010 Daft Punk soundtrack, Jeff Bridges, Garrett Hedlund, Olivia Wilde. It's a pretty solid movie. So I'm not expecting a lot with this one though, but I did like the intro. I like the kind of vibe it had to start. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
JD clarified, if we finish the Thrawn climax and he goes on with an Ahsoka trilogy after, I'll lose it.
Okay. That makes
sense. That's fair. I don't think he'll go that far.
I would hope not. I don't think Rosario Dawson wants to do that, but you never know.
Those paychecks clear.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. We had a lot of news to talk about. It's been a while. JD, thank you for joining us. You good-looking man. We'll see you on Saturday. We're going to do our box office draft, hopefully. If not, we'll be doing our 2026 look-ahead episode. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you here next time at Why So Sidious, a nerd podcast.